Hi everyone! Thanks for joining us for yet another Triforce Blitz match. You might have just watched them, kr3z and Xopar coming back for game 2, because why not? I am still melqwii, but you are joined now by, Ela. Thanks for popping in.
Yo, I'm 2 hours late, but I'm still excited to be here and looking forward to another hot mess after. Well, I caught the end of the last one. Seems like you had quite a time together, and I'm hoping that it will only go downhill from there.
Yeah, I am pumped. It looks like we have a very quick prediction what the total path count will be. I did not get my super... Oh, it's dead. It's over. 30 seconds. I'm going 5 or less this time, because why not?
I'm going 31 to 35. So it's almost my birthday.
Gross. I hate it. I mean, I love it because it's only 2 hours either way. Oh, I am out immediately. 11, 8, and 2. 21.
It was looking really good for 2 out of those 3.
Yep.
There goes another 50 channel points.
And Xopar double checking these path counts. And skipping the path location. Xopar,
I think
please.
he read it the first time though.
Oh, okay.
It's a good luck hug.
I just didn't see it. Desert Colossus. Alright.
That's actually really nice because that's on the 2. So it's probably something like Requiem for Storms or something like that. Because whatever the song is in Colossus is probably leading directly to the piece.
But,
I mean, those lengths are kind of in the sweet spot. 11 and 8, that's like... it's short enough that most of the time you should be able to track down those 2 pieces. But they're long enough that if the seed gets weird, the time limit could potentially become a factor. So I really like these lengths. It's probably my favorite lengths to get a few in this range.
yeah. So one of the things that would worry me if I were one of these runners, having way too much recency bias. I know that I feel like I notice Randobot getting in kind of a rut sometimes, picks the same checks for the same items, etc, etc. And playing back-to-back quick seeds like this, I feel like that would just mess me up.
Yeah,
especially when Lake Hylia is path to power again.
Yeah, that's like the most annoying location in the game, and unfortunately, I don't think kr3z is going to know that because whenever you have a Lake Hylia path, generally you want to start doing those checks in child so you can set up for the adult ones, but unless kr3z finds that information somewhere else, might get back to adult before knowing that that Hylia is path, and so they might route inefficiently, but we're a long way from that becoming an issue. Serenade still could show up at any moment.
Yep, absolutely. And there is Requiem in the windmill. I know Xopar's not trying to kill the angry windmill man, but sure looked like it.
Yeah, and that's a good song for Xopar to get in Adult 1. If it ends up being Storms in Colossus, then everything routes really nicely, because you can just pick up the Requiem check right after doing the CAC play, although that may change now.
Easily accessible bomb bag!
It really is a different seed.
It's so different. Desert Colossus is a path instead of foolish. Lake Hylia is still path to power like it was last time, but...
That really opens up a lot of options for Xopar. It's always the dilemma whenever you pick up a bomb bag early to decide, do I go to Dongo's Cavern in Adult 1 to open up cannons, or do I just try to go Child for the Songs? In this case, Does he? That looked like magic.
Is that magic?
Yeah, so I think that was magic on the crate there, but
Yeah.
Gilbert's got some decisions to make after this. Well, he probably will do the Sun Song Redead Grave after this, but will it be Dodongos? Will it be Colossus? It'll probably be one of those two, but the Colossus play probably leads to Child, and Dodongos leads to a long adult, so we'll see what he chooses. But for kr3z, it's standard Child stuff probably for the next 5 to 8 minutes, so no divergence expected there yet.
Hey, Nocturne. Nocturne is very nice in these settings. Basically any warp song that means I don't have to hike around. Great.
It is a little bit interesting though. The trickiest songs are kind of available already. So we've got Nocturne and Requiem that are both available, and I guess we don't have confirmation about the location of Storms, but I'm suspecting that it's going to be in Colossus. And so if those three show up, then really the only song that could actually troll us would be ZL, because most of the other songs are kind of soft required. That could put some dungeons very deep in logic, like for forced access if it ends up being weird. But we got a big chest here. Let's see what shows up. Oh.
This game sucks.
I mean,
so for anyone who wasn't able to join us for the first game, bomb bags, pretty much nowhere to be found. And here we have two bomb bags in just over 5 minutes.
That is actually pretty nice for the runners, just because sometimes when you get a bomb bag early, you're always wondering, is the bomb bag going to be a step? And it's kind of one of those things where you can't really know until you just stumble into another bomb bag somewhere, and maybe you never do it. But now they know for sure that that the bomb bag is not going to be a step, and so it just makes it less likely that they're going to miscount because some bomb bag is in some random Sphere Zero check that they never get to.
Yep. Yeah, I think that kind of makes you go DC, though.
Yeah, it's certainly not wrong, and I think in a seed with path this deep, going DC just to open up cannons and get a few more dungeons checks is fine, because this thing's probably not going to be over in an hour unless there's some sort of really major skip. So you can kind of meander a little bit and invest a little bit into just trying to get like a hint in here and open up cannons and all that, and not committing to anything super hard.
Yeah. Oh. A strength. Okay. SFM, Path to Wisdom.
We'll probably get an idea of what that could be pretty soon.
Yeah, we'll see 2 of those checks from... Oh no, kr3z doesn't have the explosives. Shoot.
Yeah, but I...
Oh. Boo. Spirit Temple Path to Power.
Yeah, it's all kind of routing terribly for kr3z so far. Because if you have that hint, you kind of want to go Child and do Child Spirit. But he's not going to get Requiem until going Adult, and then he's going to have to come back Child again. Now, it can work out if he finds another Strength upgrade somewhere. Might save him some time, but right now the CAC opener turning out to be stronger so far.
Yeah, definitely. Especially kr3z doesn't have that info about Lake right now, which, going as Child, kind of gotta do it. those bombs easily accessible, you know, could very well be we need those beans that they unlock.
Yeah, I hope not. We're going to be in rough shape, especially if Serenade doesn't show up soon and we need beans. I still have some hope for kr3z's early route. He did pick up Nocturne, and he has Sun Song. And so when you have that combination of songs, often you end up doing, like, Dompe. And right now he doesn't have an easy way back to the castle, to go back adult. So right now the fastest way back there is through CAC. So if he goes there, he's probably going to end up doing the Redead Grave as Child and will pick up that bomb bag. Now, that might not be early enough to save him a ton of time, but it could open some things up.
And nothing really of interest in Dodongo's Cavern yet. But plenty of it left.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's nothing, it's Ganon's access, so, like, even if you win,
at minimum, it's Ganon's access. Ooh, big chest.
Xopar deliberately missing the jump so he can pick up the big chest. I see you.
Bottle. Oh no.
Potentially useful.
Is it gonna hurt? Oh right, you can't die to a Po drink. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I learned that recently, actually, that if you are low on health, it will always heal you.
Minuet.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was expecting, because we're kind of running out of, like, songs that could be logically required, and so the last thing that was left would be, like, Minuet for forest access, so that makes me feel like it could be Vanilla Saria's, or not Vanilla Saria's, but rather Saria's on Minuet, the flipped SFM, basically, and maybe something in Forest Temple.
And Serenade on Burning Cac, so we certainly don't need that.
Yeah, as a Triforce Blitz seed confirmed when Hylia's Path and Serenade is unavailable, as usual. As they say, water is wet.
So much water is wet because Jabu is foolish, of course.
Yeah, it's the closest thing that we get to an always hint in Triforce Blitz.
But we have always hints. 3, in fact.
That is true. I guess we call it a sometimes hint, but it's more like an always hint.
Yeah, it's basically an always hint, which is so funny.
And nothing of value was lost.
Oh.
Xopar, I have a lot of questions about what's going on.
Hey, a wallet.
Alright, well, kr3z, as I mentioned, going to end up in the graveyard, so probably going to pick up a bomb bag here. And what do you know, Forest Temple showing up path, so...
The power
makes
again.
A lot of sense.
Thanks, game. I hate it. So, SFM is path to wisdom, though, and Forest is path to power. It doesn't necessarily need to be a song, remember. There is Wolfos Grotto.
Well, the thing is, though, we're running out of places for ZL to be. I actually think it's really likely that ZL is going to be on Minuet, and then Sorry is just going to be locked behind ZL logically somewhere. It seems like there's not a whole lot of other checks available. Like, I guess Bolero would be available, but that's kind of it. And the fact that Minuet is likely path, based on what we know, would suggest that that it could be ZL there. We'll find out soon.
That has just been in shambles for over about 2.5 hours now. Neither of these runners really chose to buy a shield last match. And Xopar continuing that streak.
I hate it, honestly. Because you just never know when you're going to end up in Forest Temple, so it's rough, but memer's gonna meme, so I respect the commitment to the bit. It's just I'm more Team Nefarian than I am Team Xopar on that one.
Hey, letter. For our foolish Jabu.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's good to know for logic, but I don't think that's going to affect anything. We already had a bottle, and if we're getting into ice, then we don't really need Rudos, so...
Yeah, Jabu not terribly compelling. It's a stone dungeon, it's foolish, and Bolero is on Ocarina of Time, so unless we see hovers hanging out on the volcano here, we're not thinking about that at all.
Seems unlikely to have a good song in ice anyway. We'll see. A lot depends on where ZL is. Oh, there, nice snipe with Xopar getting Leaf the Goron with the beans. Or with the... Not with the beans. With the bombs.
Full on bombs.
How many beans did kr3z buy?
I think 2.
That magic might help him a lot because he doesn't have a scale, so I don't see how we can get to Lake very easily. But if for some reason like he gets those beans and can get down to Lake, like he might get bailed out. I just don't. And maybe he can find a hit.
Oh, because he didn't. He didn't have enough money apparently to buy. Usually runners, they're there, they buy 2.
That is a lot of CAC wisdom pads. Is that double? Am I counting right? I just saw like 2 back to back, and I thought we had that already.
That is our 3rd. SFM, Medigoron, and River.
Yeah, so that likely means that Requiem is Path. Not too surprising, because we have Spirit Temple on Path of Power. Kind of suggests that these paths overlap a lot. Also not too surprising, given that it's 11 and 8. Pretty likely to have a pretty strong overlap between the two, but further confirmation that that's probably the direction we're heading.
And Domain is foolish again. Unfortunately for kr3z, who is right by Domain.
Well, I don't think he's going in, because he just... Oh, wow, he got the Hylia power hint there. The Duke was at the top of the river. That's actually really lucky. He can go back down, buy another bean, and just go straight to Hylia, and then take the owl to the castle and go adult. It routes like a dream.
Yeah, and you know, when you don't have enough money to buy a bean the first time, you kind of wonder, am I going to make the trip back down the river? Having seen that, absolutely. And
I guess he might just do Hylia into Nocturne to plant the bean, because I think he got the bean originally thinking that he wanted to do magic. So, regardless, he's going to end up in Hylia now for sure, and that was probably his last chance to get that information before he did CAC and found that hint in Adult. So, really, really fortunate for kr3z. Although, he might elect to put it off, thinking that maybe Serenade would be available. I don't know if he knows the Serenade hint yet.
It was in SFM, which...
Okay, so he knows. So I'm not sure what the plan is here, but certainly going to plant the bean. And then we'll see if he ends up in Hylia or if he elects to put that off until later.
Yeah. And Fire is foolish, which is great.
Nothing of value was lost there either.
So I would think kr3z with Sunsong might choose to do chickens.
Yeah, I mean, it's there. He's gonna run past it. There you go, you called it. So that DMC was, well, there's the other one, Kokiri Power.
And we got a strength there. And there is still a Storms check left. Yeah, chickens or skulls could be huge. Why not both, even? Requiem, like Hila was saying, kinda likely to be one of the paths, but you never know until you know.
Yeah, I think Requiem is well, especially Requiem likely to be one of the items on the Courage path. It's just really easy for it to be 2 with Requiem and then the song there. And
oh. Okay, that combined with that spirit.
Yeah, that really suggests that Spirit Temple is locking fire somehow.
I hate
because,
that.
Yeah, fire arrows. A decent chance that that's the other path. Could be for key logic, but most likely, pointing to spirit, kind of optionally helpful. But it just kind of routing ultimately pretty nicely for kr3z. Has been able to pick up some pretty critical information right when he needed it, and the hint layout helping him out a bunch, and is going to take some good information with him to adult. The only downside is that he's going to be leaving behind this this courage piece probably for longer. We'll see how quickly Xopar ends up in Colossus. Looks like he's going to pick up the minuet check, which I think is the L. We'll find out if I'm right. But I imagine after that, this is going to end in Colossus. Words hard.
Yeah, I like Xopar doing this bomb locked check, knowing that it is a path location. Hopefully he can get some bombs soon.
Yeah, shout out to Xopar using all 30 bombs in his adult section.
Eee.
Oh. Well, that complicates things, doesn't it?
I mean, yes and no. Bo is so likely to be Wanderer. Minuet also has the possibility of being a Wanderer, but if, like you said, ZL is up here, that pretty much locks all of the remaining song checks except whatever is out at Colossus.
Ask me again in 15 seconds.
I want to see something dumb in here like Epona. I don't really, but I'm not playing, so it's fine if it is.
We gotta get that restream value.
Oh, ish. No, I hate it. That's disgusting.
Well, ask me again in 30 minutes.
So, we do not have access to the Bolero song check, but if ZL is here, I'm very interested to see what is at the arch. Recovery heart, okay. Fire Temple, still gonna be foolish.
A lot of foolish dungeons this seed. It's kind of nice, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, compared to the last seed where they only had Jabu hinted.
Xopar, bro.
Where are you going, Xopar? Storms. Alright.
So, call that one 30 seconds into the seed, so at least I got something right. It's the spray, spray and pray strategy when it comes to predictions for me.
So ZL, as far as we know, for options left, the Bolero check and Prelude. Our foolish Deku Tree finds a way, maybe.
Yeah, definitely possible. I mean, it's Bolero or something silly. That's our two options right now.
Yep.
So definitely ZL could be throwing us for a loop, although I don't know exactly. Well, we'll see.
SFM also Path to Power.
Well, still could be Path Bow. Could be Song of Time, like GTG could be a thing. Lots of question marks.
Yep. So many question marks.
Yeah, Minuet, Song of Time, Bow, pick 2 out of the 3.
Yeah, the other dungeons aren't necessarily foolish. The fact that we had a domain foolish, though, kind of indicates that they aren't. If I understand that correctly.
Can you hit me with that again? Sorry.
So we have an overworld foolish hint domain. So with the foolishes set to prioritize dungeons, an overworld is a good hint that the other dungeons kind of have items, even if they're not necessarily path items.
Yeah, that's right. Normally you don't do deductions based on foolish hints, just because you don't often have 4 foolish dungeons, but in this case, I guess it makes sense. I don't really know you can learn too much about it. It just, as far as strategy goes, it makes it much more likely that the runners are going to be able to get to all the dungeons without the time limit mattering, because there's a lot less places to get lost. And some of those slow dungeons, like, you know, if you have to go to Deep Fire searching for an item, like, that's somewhere you could lose like 15 minutes, or same with water. So it just narrows the field a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We're still looking for a hook shot. I think that's kind of the next big item that we're missing. There's bomb shoes on the diving bottle. Let's see what else we got. Nothing. So.
Oh, Xopar not going after Furor's Wind, even though he knows where magic is, and skipping the 30-minute time save.
That's the most obnoxious bomb shoe bowling I think I've ever seen. I would be so conflicted.
You're like, I kind of want both of these things, but I don't want a bomb shoe bowl.
It's actually insanely trolly because it's telling you you could have these.
Yeah,
this could be yours for the price of 45
Oh wait,
seconds.
there's more! I kind of want this, but I don't want to do what I have to get it. Spirit Temple, Path to Power, copy.
Well, seeing back of Lake hints, Xopar has storms. Going to be going to Lon Lon after this check probably, and I imagine we'll see right afterwards, because with Nocturne, I guess he could opt to go SFM as well, but with Nocturne, it seems like might as well give it a shot. And ooh, there's a scale. That's
and
really nice.
Graveyard is Wanderer.
Yeah, it's got to be for the magic, surely.
Surely.
Or bomb bag. I mean, we know that there's a Wanderer bomb bag.
I would say bomb bag is a stronger case because we have seen another one, but it could be magic.
We'll probably never know.
Aw, 20 is double defense.
Just 10 more spells, kr3z.
Just 10 more.
Well, I think we've avoided the scenario where the routing luck has crippled anybody due to some timely hints that kr3z found. So, as kr3z is wrapping up his child section and Xopar beginning his, we'll see a little bit of divergence because I think we'll see well earlier from Xopar. But I think all in all, we're going to get to probably close to the hour mark with everything still to play for these wisdom and power pieces. So I'm looking forward to see where this develops as we get a little bit deeper into this seed.
Mm-hmm.
kr3z probably really wishing he had that scale 10 minutes ago when he was at the top of River. But
yeah,
alas.
definitely. But it's going to work out in his favor, honestly, because I don't think he has the domain foolish hint. That was in the Goron City maze, so he doesn't know it, but it saved him the same amount of time that it lost him, probably.
Yeah, actually, I think you're probably right, because if he has that scale, maybe he uses the chicken to go into domain. But normally, if you use the chicken to go into domain, you skip that hint. So he wouldn't have even known that Hylia would have been path. So probably the best possible scenario for kr3z, all things considered.
Curious if kr3z goes after either of these. Oh, yep. Again, knowing where magic is, I think picking up FW is a nice play.
Yeah, I don't hate it at all. Especially when GTG seems like it could be a thing with, well, we know potential Song of Time. It could be Path. And Xopar having some decision-making challenges. I think he originally was planning maybe to run to Lake, and then thought about probably playing Nocturne. Now looks like he's just going to be doing Kokiri Forest into Woods and SFM, which is fine.
kr3z, people's hero, also picking up Big Goron Sword.
Keep it simple, stupid. I love it.
Xopar gonna pick up the strength here. And has Storms can show us the Storms Grotto as well, so we'll have all the info on our Kokiri Forest path.
Yeah, and I mean, it's likely the strength, right? Like, I imagine it's like 2 strength upgrades for Spirit Temple. I feel like that's where we're going.
I mean, that would make total sense. But what if the other strength is in the Storms Grotto? Imagine.
Then things.
Then things?
Then things.
One of the nice things for kr3z here as far as routing as well, picking up that minuet on Saria's check. Gets to go right back there.
You're forgetting something.
Jenny B's with the raid. Welcome in.
Shout out to Xopar running right by the Storms check in Path Kokiri Forest. We will never know what was in that check.
I am so mad at both of these runners at this point because now they have both dodged that.
We're just never going to know if that strength is Path.
We'll never know. Which, like, I mean, we'll know eventually, because if it's true and that is the other strength, we'd find that out pretty quick.
We'll never know.
You're probably right. We would never in that case.
Yeah, kr3z might check in, but he doesn't have Storm, so he can also walk right by it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kr3z also a little short on rupees, but does have enough bombs to do all of the checks in Lost Woods. Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of unfortunate because if that, you know, courage piece is in bottom of the well, like, I would say we're kind of speculating at this point. There's plenty for kr3z to do in this adult segment. It just means Xopar is more likely to have that time advantage, and kr3z will have to find a second piece or even a third piece.
I kind of don't like the way that kr3z has routed his adult section, because I mean, we're 35 minutes into this seed, and he still has not done adult CAC, and he has Nocturne, and so I feel like if he's going to do the Minuet song, he probably should have done Minuet, grab the song, and then just gone Nocturne and grab the song as well, just to be in this area with as many songs as possible so that you don't orphan anything. It's kind of like it's something I call a policy play, which is like if the option's available, you just always do it a certain way. All right, there's the Nocturne play. So again, he's routed a bit differently. We would actually know it was in that stupid Storms check.
Soon, TM.
We'll never know. Well, the one thing we will know is we will know what adult shooting gallery will have, and I believe that is the last check that we do not know in CAC. So that should confirm our fire arrows if this shooting gallery is nothing. I'm expecting it to be the fire arrows based on what we know, but I've been surprised before, so we'll see in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not the bombs.
It is
no,
not.
It's not the bombs. Yeah, bow being path would definitely be more likely then. And Xopar running by that grotto again. Oh! Oh! We'll get to know! I'm so happy Xopar is going back.
Oh, we're gonna get to know.
Yep.
I thought we'd never know that. And small chest.
And it's a small chest. The dream is dead. CAC also path to courage. Damn, calm down, CAC. Well, that kind of confirms that Requiem then. Even more than it did. So, wait, if... Oh!
Yeah.
Alright, Silvers. If you happen to be subscribed to the Silver Gauntlets, throw them in chat now as kr3z picks them up on adult shooting.
What does this mean?
So this means that there is another item. So, strength, fire arrows, and Requiem. Gross.
Alright, chat. So, we have, according to my sheet, all 10 path hints available to us. So, now is your chance to get in your predictions for where these Triforce pieces are going to be, because we've got almost all the information we're going to get, other than like what items in Spirit and what items in Forest. So now's the chance to stake your claim to Logic Master before I go on and make my own embarrassing predictions that'll be wrong in 30 minutes.
Where was our Rudo's letter again?
I think it was DMT.
Yes, in the wall. Okay. Okay. I'm kind of feeling like a semi-spicy deep Kokiri sword that unlocks our lullaby on Prelude for like in Ice Cavern. That's for wisdom. Why not? gonna be an ass logic train.
This the strength showing up there is actually working out really well for kr3z. As I mentioned, the way he routed it kept him away from Child Spirit, but now with that strength 2 showing up, it kind of doesn't matter. And even more luckily, getting the key in the one check that he can do right now, so is going to be able to show us a few more checks in Spirit. Although without ZL, kind of likely to get key locked before being able to get much further, but we'll see what happens here.
So, I mean, we can't do Child Spirit yet. We have 0 way to do it.
Well, if Xopar actually dives under the water there, he can pick up bomb shoes and get a way to do it if he wants.
Yeah.
Wow, so
that's
kr3z
the
getting...
one really unfortunate part about missing out on that scale, is missing out on those bomb shoes.
Well, I don't know if Xopar even picked it up, but kr3z getting really lucky there. There's a key in this room, so that's going to actually let him continue on if he wants. And this is where Furor's Wind actually helps a whole lot, because he has the ability to set Furor's... I don't know if he's going to do it. Let's see if he's... Oh, yeah. Make me look smart.
I think you knew your fire arrows.
Oh, I wanted him to make me look smart. So you can drop Furor in this room and warp back up onto the ledge, and that will save him from having to climb all the way back up again if he wants to clear the upper part of Spirit. Because he has no hook shot, so he actually can't get back up on that ledge. So he needs to set Furor's like right now before he goes into the child climb room. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to keep going unless he climbs all the way back up again.
That check being nothing really makes me want to just say Shadow 2. Anyone?
Now, I think there's going to be a key on the other one. The other Firelock check.
So many keys now.
That is weird, though. That's 3 keys that are available, so that actually puts all the keys in logic. So, that's weird. Now I'm really curious what's going to be in this sunblock room, because the key logic has been satisfied, actually. There's no need for fire arrows just to get keys to go deeper in Spirit. We have all the keys we need.
So it's either a very spicy item, or we need to go beat the Dongos and getting Ganons.
Well, it could always be a key here still. Nope, it's a big chest. There you go. Well, there was the chance of it still being a key for something that's like at the very top of Spirit, because that area requires all the keys, but oftentimes when you have Fire Arrow's path for Spirit like this, it's just for one key to unlock like the upper areas of Spirit. But not the case this time, and kr3z making the right call, going straight to this room, and don't die, please. Oh no!
No, kr3z! F's in chat. Very unfortunate BMOS explosion there. And, you know, like you said, setting that FW, why did you not turn this shortcut on?
We didn't turn the shortcut on because of the shortcut actually pushes the silver blocks, and so it introduces a lot of logic changes. And
fair.
We didn't...
Yep.
Yeah, we tried to keep everything as similar to standard as possible, in terms of like the requirements for dungeons and stuff. So
yeah,
that's the big reason.
Fair, fair.
Please, kr3z, FW. Oh,
no,
it hurts me. Into
bottom of the well.
Yeah, it looks like Xopar is going to be the first one here to pick up a Triforce piece, unless this big chest somehow is actually a Triforce piece, which I don't think is possible, but I've seen strange things.
In which case we cry. And start counting. Hey.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that gives us access to our forest power piece, so that's in line. Makes sense.
Yeah, and I imagine that kr3z might bail pretty quick. Deep Spirit, kind of unappealing now, especially with Path Fire Arrows leading to a hookshot in Path Spirit. You can kind of assume that, oh no.
No!
Alright, kr3z, here's where you take the hint, and you're just like, and I'm out.
Yeah. Oh no, we going back. No? No? Okay. Big Goron sword cannot. Oh, that.
Oh yeah, I like this. No, he doesn't have ZL. I was about to say I like it because it's smart, and then I realized that I'm dumb too.
No, I think, like you said, just bail and go to forest.
Yeah, it's probably the time to bail, but I mean, it's still, well, you can't really do anything like upper spirit because one check requires ZL and the other requires mirror. We're pretty sure it's hookshot, but I don't hate playing it safe because if you do mirror shield check, then you can at least peek the Silver Gauntlets check, and that'll give you an idea of what the logic might be. And with the path strengths, you kind of just don't want to leave strength checks on the table in case like something weird happens, like strength 3 shows up, or there's just like something unexpected leading to a Triforce piece somehow.
Yeah, I would say the worst part about what kr3z is doing is, like you said, it pushes you away from courage, that, you know, lower count, which in theory, getting that first, it gives you a huge advantage, because then the other person has to suss out these longer ones. But seeing the amount of overlap, I mean, kr3z is probably hoping that the overlap means he can complete these two with enough info. Oh.
Please don't die.
Okay.
Don't die.
Die again.
Okay.
Safety strats.
He's like so scared. I can feel it through the TV screen.
Oh, it is a big chest over there.
That's like the one thing you don't want to see, because now you are like obligated to go back over there.
Now you're like, oh, I gotta. Yeah, I think you have to get it.
Yeah, you do have to get it, because that is the one check that could have really weird like key logic implications. Because depending on where that last key is, it could be locked behind like mirror or like slingshots for child spirit, or who knows, or ZL potentially. And so that check could actually be really, really deep into logic. And it's that one check, that's the only one that could possibly throw a curveball at you. And well, I mean, Furor's Wind could have been a thing, but it could have also peeked it from outside. That's something that I've learned to do. I won't say why. Some of you might know why, but I've learned the hard way that it's a really good idea to peek that from the outside when you're going to Colossus as an adult, just to know, because that information sometimes ends up being important.
Yeah, so the one thing I will say, even though you can, put those back, Xopar, please. Even though, yes, you can peek it, I will say that no matter all of the peaks that I see runners do, that is the chest that they go after the most often, whether they have peaked it or not. Because it is very hard to tell.
Alright, moment of truth.
Oh. I hate it. Remember when I said a very deep Kokiri sword lullaby for ice?
It's okay, that is going to be our path slingshot for the Triforce Peace and Child Spirit.
I'm sticking with it. There's a piece in ice.
And it's not a terrible guess. I mean, I actually thought Netharian had a really good guess earlier, thinking of UTG and Light Trial. I too am suspicious of Light Trial. The fact that we have two paths that are pointing towards Strength Upgrade on Power and just Power, and the fact that Power is 3 more than Wisdom seems really suspicious to me.
Yep.
But like I said, I've been wrong before, but it definitely feels like a Light Trial seed to me for Power.
We just had a Light Trial seed. But that was for Wisdom.
Oh, the sorry, one of the Caxes. Well, do we know? Oh yeah, I guess yeah. So one of the strengths is on Wisdom. Okay, never mind. I thought they were both on Power. So one of the strengths is on Power, and one of them is on Wisdom. So maybe it is just for Spirit.
I mean,
another strength upgrade can show up later, but I imagine that actually the strength upgrades are probably on both paths.
Yeah, and we'll see. kr3z is in Forest here, so we'll get an idea. We're talking about Light Trial again because 2 strengths are in path locations.
We also are missing a path item in Hylia. So with that hook shot, kr3z probably will make his way down there eventually, but got another path to chase down first. Don't mind doing this first.
Yeah. And Xopar not going into well still. I am very confused about Xopar's hints.
Yeah, I don't know why he's skipping bottom of the well.
See, I don't think he read Desert Colossus. I don't think he read that last hint at Temple of Time.
I feel like that's a really bad way to, like, lose a race.
I mean, yes. That would be a very terrible way to lose a race.
Because it's like the most telegraphed piece in Blitz history. Like, it's...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally, I saw the 2 path, and I was like... In the first hint, and I was like, oh, it's in bottom of the well. Like, so it's not hard to figure out where it is.
Thinking. Yes, read the hint. Read the hint, Xopar. Do it.
I think this might be a non-game related pause here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, between... So Xopar has the Kakariko Path to Courage hint that was in Kokiri Forest Storms. Small. And kr3z luckily has a bow this time, so Phantom Ganon is a little kinder. Oh no. Go back for the hint. But Xopar also has the lake hint. Did he make his way down there and plant a beam?
Yes, I believe he did. Because he got the bomb shoes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
To be honest, I'm a little surprised that he didn't end up in Child Spirit utilizing those bomb shoes.
With those shoes. I am guessing this is a Ganon castle play. the way Link holds Big Golden Sword like that. Oh, no, not Ganon's. Maybe picking up magic to use the fire arrows for Shadow too quick.
I think it probably would have been better for kr3z to not slash a Phantom Ganon there so many times, but no problem in the end. That big Goron sword paying for itself, and now I think she probably take the war. Oh wow, the Triforce piece.
Hold up.
So I will give a shout out to Neil, who actually bothered to count. I didn't have enough brain cells to bother counting, but he had deduced that that forest was 8 if you count Minuet as paths. So that confirms that, and now it's that plus 3. So we've got 1 item left in forest.
Yep.
And something in Hylia as well on power that I believe is unaccounted for. And those are probably going to lead us directly to wherever this power piece is. And we could be on our way to the end of this match before too long. And it depends on whether they stuck it in the falling room in forest as per tradition.
I mean, it is tradition, but thanks, baseball. I really thought he did, so that is very unfortunate information to be missing. I'm not sure how long kr3z kind of follows this path to power. I suppose it depends on what the item is.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you find anything, you bail, because he does have the Furor's win, so he can always come back anytime he feels like he needs to go further. But at this point, like, surely he knows where Courage is, and just the routing has kept him an adult longer, because he thinks he can get all 3 pieces, and he's probably right. So no need to rush for Courage. It'll be there once he locks down power. And I wonder if this could be like a...
Xopar, no.
I almost wonder if this could be a long shot in forest for something trolly like Shoot the Sun in Lake.
Ew. I mean, I kind of love that.
It would confirm the path hook, which we know now is for sure path. Alright, got big chests everywhere. Or that.
I mean, gold scale isn't far off of long shot. As far as a trolley item you don't want. And there is the FW.
Alright, so it's going to be scale for long shot in lake for GTG. Book it.
Here's a free shirt that you already bought. Maybe Xopar didn't buy a shirt this time. I'm not sure.
I don't think he's going to end up in Fire Temple this season.
Well, hopefully not. I mean, it's foolish, and burning khaki is foolish, and... we can hope not. I really hope Xopar goes back and just double checks those hints at Temple of Time. I suppose you have no reason to believe that you skipped it. But...
there is a dupe out there in the world somewhere.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
I just feel like at this point, I mean, something really weird would have to happen, because kr3z is hot on the trail. And I don't think there's a lot of time left for Xopar to make up the deficit, unless something really weird happens.
Oh, bless you, Nath. Not sure where the scales are. It is looking at the note sheet because he is our notes tracker today. Which is a perfect segue into thanking our lovely trackers for being here today.
Without you, I would not know any of the hints.
Yeah, it's true. I would forget everything. Our trackers today, Red, Baseball, and Nath, doing back-to-back duty here as the runners race back-to-back. Our runners, who have put on a riveting 3 hours of content so far, kr3z and Xopar, give them a follow. And our restreamer, who woke up at like 4 a.m., Tobias. Thanks for being here, making everything work behind the scenes. Also, special shout out to Baseball for race monitoring as well. And yeah, thanks for joining me on comms for the second match here.
And you as well. Mel forming the unholy duopoly Melagatua. Not quite Spalagatua, but not quite less than Spalagatua either, just different.
Yeah, right. Just a little different. I feel like our COCOM theme song is the Mulgara music from Wind Waker.
I like that. I kind of feel like Elagatua is like the Giles theme of names because it just goes well with anything.
That was another slingshot on lap dive. I hate it. It's actually Child Spirit. Yeah, so much just happened.
No, Sadie, that would be Stalagatua.
I know, earlier today I was trying to think of a good mashup for like all three of our names, and I just don't think there's one.
I mean, if we put enough vowels together, I'm sure we can make it work. Oh, I like Swellagatua. That's pretty nice.
Sweela.
No, it's gotta be Swellag, because it's like swell. Like, love it.
Okay, chat's getting crazy now. Some of these names.
Well, I mean, we could talk about the seed, but if we talk about the seed, then we're going to end up talking about whether Silver Gauntlet's chest is in logic for logical slingshot to open up Child Spirit. So
yeah,
I feel like either way, we're kind of in trouble.
Yeah, trying to think about Child Spirit, like locking Child Spirit, just... that's where my brain just shuts off.
Yeah, we're entering into head hurty mode.
Yep. Hey! Tobias, adding the record here. kr3z did take game 1. Little over an hour ago.
So, there was nothing else in Lake, right? Other than that sling?
We have not seen Shoot the Sun, which I assume kr3z will show us.
Yeah, we can at least peek it. We can't collect it. But if it's nothing, then it confirms Sling, right? Which would be hysterical.
I would be so mad at this stupid game if it's Slingshot.
If it was Slingshot, it would literally be like gold scale for typing in the lab. For logical slingshot, when there's a second slingshot, 1 key out of logic on Silver Gauntlet's chest just to go to Child Spirit, like,
God, I hate
that
it.
is hysterical.
This game. I'm getting ready to be mad. Oh, be something. No! This game is so bad. Trash. Why do any of us play this?
Well, this is This is up there with most cursed seeds I think I've ever seen.
That is so bad. It's not even like you look at these counts 11, 8, and 2, and you are certainly not expecting for some weird paradox slingshot.
I'm just so sad that Xopar didn't go Child Spirit so that he could check and find like a big chest there with a Triforce piece and just have us stare in bafflement.
Yep. Oh, that is just ass. Well, Triforce pieces can only be in dungeons. And I guess I haven't been counting. Is Slingshot our 11th step?
It could be because of the gold scale.
Oh, that's right. Gold scale. Yeah, kr3z is going bottom of the well, which, I mean... Chat was speculating earlier that maybe kr3z was operating under the assumption that the 2-piece had already been collected, but that still means you either need 2 or 3 pieces.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, he knows where the courage piece is for sure, so I imagine doesn't really matter what the order is. And maybe he's thinking like, well, I guess he's run out of options for Hylia, so it does have to be Forest for the scale for the sling, but maybe kr3z is just a little bit uncertain because it actually is so weird that you kind of doubt yourself.
Oh, I hate that. And there is a big chest here. There it is. And kr3z rightly bailing out and going Child Spirit.
I mean, this could be over in a flash. Honestly, I think kr3z has played really, really well this seed. This has been a bizarre seed, but kr3z has pretty much followed the logic the whole way, and didn't really take any detours, didn't really get lost, and didn't clear anything extra. And yeah, I mean, it's not a god route per se, but it's been a really good performance, and he deserves to win if in fact it is here.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it's very unfortunate that Xopar missed that hint, because he certainly would have had the lead for quite a while getting that piece in bottom of the well. Yeah, and I mean, Xopar is working completely under the information that he has and the items and songs that are available. It's just that kind of couple crucial pieces that he's missed along the way. And I mean, frankly, has not pushed Lake, though.
Well, I think the biggest issue has just been like committing to some extra stuff. Like, I think the Ganon's play wasn't that great given the context of like the hints. And also just keep in mind that kr3z really committed hard to hints. He ended up doing back of lake and kind of made sure he had a clear view of all the seeds. And this thing might be over. Let's see if it's right here.
There it is. GG's kr3z. Well
done. So just over an hour, and the kr3z is going to be locking up this this series 2-0. And is this advancing this is semis, I guess, or is this the actual finals?
This should be semi finals, I think. Round 3.
As I look up the bracket.
Yeah, advancing.
Oh yeah.
Advancing to semis. Okay.
Yeah, so against Ego Dev in the other semifinals, and the winner of that match will be up against Netharian, awaiting them in the finals with a really exciting win over Mr. Martin the other day. I had a chance to catch that VOD. I was really impressed, honestly, with Netharian's Game 3 performance. So the end of this Wanderer bracket, I mean, it's looking really exciting, and I can't wait to see the rest of these matches. Hopefully we'll get a chance to bring some of our runners in here to have a chat about whatever this was. But until then, I will meander over into the race room and see what's going on.
Sounds good. And chat, if you do have any questions that you would like us to pass on to the runners, just type them in. Yeah, saving the 30 minutes with Big Goron Sword. Hey, kr3z, welcome in. GG's.
GG.
I am so excited to hear your thoughts on that slingshot.
My first thought was that one in Spirit actually slingshot locked? And that's why I cleared the rest of Lake. So I was like, is there something else here, or is it just Child Spirit?
Yeah, and as you know, it was Child Spirit. So we believe that the slingshot in Child Spirit was one key out of logic. And since we do not have ZL and don't have Mirror Shield, we're kind of at a loss, but the last key is ZL locked. Yep. And which I assume is on Prelude at this point. We never actually saw the Bolero check to know if that was ZL.
Yeah, I was wondering which one of those it would end up being.
But yeah, you made it through this very quickly. You did not rush well. What were you thinking, kind of not going after that two-step piece as quickly as possible?
Well, when I got out to Spirits and got Storms, because I had assumed that was going to be Storms and it was going to be in the well, I figured I have Strength 2 and Spirit is Path. I might as well dip in at least and see if I can get the item here. And then I can just save quit back and play Nocturne and go in the well. And then that led me to the hook shot, which had, Forest Path. So I was like, all right, we'll do that. And then I was really surprised when I got that piece on Phantom Ganon, because I didn't think that was 8, but that was convenient. So I grabbed that and figured I still haven't gotten the path, so let's keep clearing that, because if, there's 3 more items on top of this one. So if I can get those, and that shows me where it is, I can grab that, and then I can just go get the one in well pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, awesome calls. I certainly was not expecting that piece on Phantom Ganon. Someone in chat had actually done the math for us and confirmed, yes, that's 8. You kind of dodged a lot of areas. You didn't end up going DC ever, didn't go Ganon's Castle, just kind of kept following your path areas, which obviously paid out. Yeah.
Yeah, there were enough things to do that were hinted path that I didn't need to go to non-path areas, really.
Yep. Yeah, chat wanted to convey to you that we all died laughing when Lab Dive was actually a slingshot, and that ended up being the path item. This seed, I mean, the way you ended up playing the seed, it felt very straightforward except for that slingshot. Anything that kind of threw you for a loop at all
Adult spirit.
Yeah, I had a few deaths in Adult Spirit because I can't backflip apparently.
I was not talking about that.
Oh,
Well, I was. I don't know. Why don't we talk about that temporarily, and we can loop back around just because we're on the topic. But in like a race like this, it's being restreamed. Does it like get in your head at all? Like like, oh no, I screwed something up. Like everybody's watching. Like I need to like go back and do it, or I should bail. Or do you have any reactions to that situation?
not really. I have so few hearts in this, in Triforce Blitz in general. So dying to Iron Knuckles is not uncommon, especially when you don't bother to buy a shield.
Yeah,
Any
you
thoughts about buying
opted not
shields?
to buy a shield this time, but you did go after Furora's Wind and Big Goron Sword.
Yeah. Um,
Which you never use.
I usually buy a shield. I just never had the chance and never had the money at a time when I was near a shop. Otherwise, I definitely would have. And I used Furors. I dropped Furors in Forest when I got that scale because I wasn't sure that was going to be the path.
That is true. Yeah, we were trying to telepathically tell you to use it in Spirit Temple, but it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, I wasn't actually sure when I died if I was going to have to do the torches again, because I forgot when I was going through. If I would have remembered, I would have dropped Furors so I could warp back to Adult Side after clearing Child Climb, but I forgot there, and then afterwards I wasn't sure if I had to relight the torches going back over there to get that big chest, and I wouldn't have had enough magic if I had dropped Furors, but apparently they stay lit, so that's cool.
Yeah, the good news is they stay consistent based on the age, I think. So as long as you're still adult, it'll kind of stay the same. And then I guess we didn't have any interviews after the first game, but I don't know, Mel, if you had any questions about that seed. I know I caught the end of it, and light trial and things, and also magic in silly places. So maybe if we can get your memory going and think back to that first one, do you have any thoughts about that seed?
It's hard to remember. That one was another one where I remember thinking the path counts aren't high enough for these, but apparently they were. I think both Shadow. I was actually expecting Shadow. It wasn't going to be Shadow. It was going to be beating Shadow to get Requiem, and it was going to be in Child Spirit, is my thought on that one. But
yep.
Apparently I don't know how to count.
Yeah, we have the benefit of, dozens of people all doing the counting, so we can make the steps work out with all of the information that we get. So, yeah, that was 8, 9 steps, and then
I think it was 9 and 10.
Yeah, 9 and 10.
I think that was the 9 in Shadow and the 10 in Light Trial.
Yeah. So you made the correct call to check Crater Fairy, and it had your magic. And then you
Yeah,
went
I was
Shadow.
just I left I left Fire after getting Dins, and I was gonna run back over to DC because I wanted a better Wath out of there since that Kokiri sword didn't really pay off.
Mhm.
But I figured why not check Crater Fairy on the way? It's not hinted, but maybe there's something I need there. And I was really surprised when I got magic. I was like, okay, we're going Shadow then.
So were you headed back to DC after Shadow regardless? I know you found a bomb bag in Shadow. I was wondering if maybe that kind of pushed you
No, I
there.
still wanted to go back to DC.
Yeah.
I was starting to think maybe it could have been that Kokiri sword for the Zora tunic for my last strength on Central Pillar, but I decided DC was probably the smarter thing to do first.
Yeah, and I mean DC ended up kind of bailing you out of any of those thought processes too, because there was that other there was the other wallet in there. So
I think I only
those
got
are
one wallet that seed.
obviously would have been Wanderer at best.
Where was the logical bomb bag?
Oh, we don't know.
Great
We think
Okay.
maybe adult shooting, but it might also be adult lake. You could tell us right now. Just go, boot up that seed again.
Well, I'd have to reinstall the WAD and my
Yeah,
playthrough would be gone.
no, I was kidding. I was definitely kidding. But yeah, we never saw a logical bomb bag.
Wait, would the spoiler log be unlocked now with the new features that spell put in place?
It depends on how the seed was generated and whether you enabled it. But if it was used, then yeah, it should be unlocked.
Yeah, usually they're not generated for tournament races, and baseball is confirming that.
Well, we're getting close to the end here, but you'll be moving on to face Ego Dev in the semifinals. So, do you have any thoughts on that matchup? Have you seen any of Ego Dev's matches so far?
I have not. I assume I will win.
I like it.
I like it. Well, good luck to you in your next matches. Excited to keep watching you play.
Thank you.
And I think Tobias is going to pop in and take us out.
That is true. So first of all, thank you all for watching. Thank you everyone, of course, who made this restream possible. That'll be, of course, our runners kr3z and Xopar, our wonderful commentators melqwii and Elagatua, our trackers Red, Baseball, and Netharian, our Baseball, who is obviously also pulling double duty as a race monitor, because why wouldn't she? And I think in terms of what's happening next on the server gauntlets, we have Cola versus Ramond today at that'll be 3 p.m. Central European Summertime or 9 a.m. Eastern. So if you feel like some early morning zooter in a few hours, Americans, then feel free to join us then. And then I think we have a bit of a break until the next matches happen on Saturday.